Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Give me a moment now.
Garage door.
Okay, guys, I want to do a little review. Just go over a few key points from last week. But I want to first ask you a question. What would you do if you knew you wouldn't fail? What would you do if you were guaranteed to be successful? What would you do? And the answer is, well, if I knew I wouldn't fail, I'll do whatever it takes. What would you do if the Lord says, I have $1 million for you, and you have to do A, B, and C? Guaranteed. You probably would do A, B, and C. My question to you with effectiveness training, what would you do if you knew you would be successful? And guys, the answer is active listening. I guarantee that if you do exactly what I'm telling you, you'll be successful. And what I'm telling you are the skills I've learned over the years. If you do exactly what I'm telling you, you will be successful. Now, I can also guarantee you this. If you don't do it, you're not going to be successful. If you don't do it, you're going to have challenges. Now, here's a real difficult skill that you must apply. And it's going to be hard, but that's okay. You can do it. And that skill is this: seek first. Seek first, guys. Seek first to understand. And then to be understood. See, it's not about you. It's about the other person. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. And see, the problem you're going to run into, you're going to have some pity parties and say things like this. Well, when's somebody going to listen to me? Well, why do I always have to be the one? Well, it depends on if you want to be successful or not. See, people are not going to listen to you. I'm guaranteeing you this. People are not going to listen to you until they feel that you have listened to them and understand them first. If the other person does not feel that you've listened to them and that you understand them first, you're going to have challenges. And see, what a lot of people do, you want to talk and tell your side, they want to talk and tell their side, and now you're both talking. You're not having a conversation. You are having a collective monologue. It's a collective monologue. Two people talking, nobody listening. And I'm sure you've run into situations like that before. I guarantee you, if you don't let the other person talk first and understand them, you're gonna have problems. This is all about discipline. You have to discipline yourself Make sure that you understand the rules. The rules is to seek first to hear them. That's the rule. Let them know that you understand them first. And then after they let you know that they felt heard, then you can bring in your part. Yeah, Vic Cooley.
So I have a question. When you say that the first thing to do is to seek first to understand, then to be understood, is this skill only to be used when there's conflict, or should this skill be used in general conversation as
Excellent,
well?
excellent question. And thank you for bringing that question up. Guys, these skills are to be used only when there's a conflict. When there's a conflict, either the other person has a problem or you have a problem. If there's no problem, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You can do it any way you want to do it. But while you are talking, be sure. See, down here it says hearing is something that you do with your ears. But listening is not something you do with your ears, but also see with your eyes and feel with your heart. That's listening. So while you're talking any kind of way you want to, you're also listening. So you're going to watch. That person's eyebrow lifted up. That person's starting to turn red. That person's getting fidgety. See, you are listening with your whole body, and you are saying, something's going on here. That person, he's not saying anything, but that person is letting me know that they have a problem. So what you do is check it out. I was talking to a parent one year. We're in my office, their child's a knucklehead, like the kid, but child's a knucklehead. And I was talking to the parent, and their brow raised up, and I stopped. I said, I said, you're not buying this, are you? He said, what do you mean? I said, I noticed your brow lifted up. Tell me what's really on your heart. You're not buying this, are you? Then he said, well, not really, Dr. King, but But see, that's because I was listening with my whole body. At first, we were talking and there was no problem. So I talked any way I wanted to talk. And while I was talking, I noticed, I saw something that made me think that the other person had a problem. And so what I did, I stopped my talking and I checked in with them. Something's going on here. Tell me why you're tapping your hands, or you just cross your arms, and I just need to check. Are you okay? Is this okay? Have I offended you? I try to guess what's going on inside their earthly vessel, because no one's in the earthly vessel but them. And I need to check with them to see if I am on target. So if I said, are you buying this? And they say, yeah, I'm buying this. Then I continue on, because at first I thought they had a problem, but they reassured me that they did not have a problem. Then I move on. That's a long way to answer your question, Kim, but I just need to make sure that you understand these skills are not used to be manipulative. They're not designed to manipulate a person or a situation, because your intent is to pay attention and to intend to build relationships. So you don't use these skills to manipulate, and you only use these skills when there is a problem. All right. Now, this one is tough, guys. I'm guaranteeing you it is hard. And none of this is going to be automatic. You have to intentionally want to use these skills in order to do it. Sometimes you're going to get into a heated situation and you're going to realize 5 minutes in that you're not using the skills. What you need to do at that point is stop and say to the other person, Johnny, I apologize. I owe you an apology. Johnny, we've been talking for 5 minutes, and quite honestly, I have not been listening to a word you said, and I'm sorry about that. And I want to start over. because you are important to me. Our relationship is important, and I need to make sure that you understand. I need to be sure that you feel that I'm hearing you. So I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. Let's start over again. Tell me what's on your heart. And you know what? They would appreciate you admitting that. They would appreciate it, because even though they don't have the skill, they know some way, somehow, that you are not inside their earthly vessel, and you can't possibly understand what's going on with them. They know that internally. They haven't had the training, but a little bitty child would know that internally. So we have to be very, very straightforward with them. Okay, seek first to understand, then to be understood. We talked about shifting gears. When you have a problem, you send an iMessage. When the other person has a problem, active listen. So, let's say you send an iMessage. When you run around the house, that distracts. I feel distracted because I am trying to talk to you, and you're moving around the house. When you're moving around the house, it distracts me because I want to have a conversation. I want to have a conversation, so I feel disrespected when you're moving around the house. I feel like I don't have your attention. However you want to use that iMessage, understand that people are not used to being talked to in this fashion. So when you start talking to them like this, they're going to feel uncomfortable, and I guarantee you they're going to butt in before you finish. I guarantee you that. Do you remember when you were a child and you were playing jump rope, and the rope was going around and you was waiting for your right turn to jump in? Here you are. Now, go. Now you jump in. That's the way you do with these skills. You are waiting for the right time to jump in. So, you are giving your iMessage. They are going to butt in. I guarantee you that. Just be waiting for that. Wait. Just expect them to butt in, because they will. And so when they butt in, you stop. This is another place where you have to have some discipline. Stop giving your iMessage. Stop. And active listen. When they butt in, stop giving your iMessage and active listen. I want to have a conversation with you, and I feel disrespected when you're running around the house. I'm not running around the house. I mean, you can talk. I'm just right over here. So you feel that since you're in the same proximity, I can just go ahead and talk with you, and yeah, you can talk to me. Okay. So I'll continue to talk.
You will, even though you're distracted?
No, I'm talking to them.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll continue to talk. And by the way, Darian, what you are bringing up is one of the last things we're going to talk about today, and that is a values conflict. So, remind me to talk about values conflict. Okay. And you feel that since you're right over, you're 5 feet away from me, I should be okay. Just continue talking. Yeah. I feel that. Okay. Now I'm going to shift gears and go back to my iMessage. But the constant and rapid movement and moving my eyes trying to follow you around the room, I cannot focus on what I want to say because I'm just trying to focus on talking to you. Well, that ain't my problem. Oh. So I'm thinking you're saying that that's something that I have to deal with and I should not be putting that on you. Yeah, don't worry about me. I hear everything you're saying. Just leave me alone. You just go ahead and talk. Okay. We have a values conflict right here, and Derry, I'm going to talk about that at the end. But the main thing is make sure you shift gears. People are not going to listen to you until they feel like they've been listened to first. Guaranteed. They're not hear a thing you say until they feel that you understand what they said. And what I want you to understand is that understanding the other person does not mean you agree with the other person. Understanding is not synonymous to agreement. So don't be afraid to understand them and verbally repeat their feelings. Oh, so you feel like I'm a horrible teacher. Yeah, I think you are lousy because you can't teach my son to read. I see. And by you understanding them does not mean you agree with them. You are just making sure that they feel listened to.
Let me ask you this: that example you just gave.
Yeah.
They say you're a horrible teacher, and you say, so you don't care for my son.
Yeah, that's what they feel.
Right. Then and so then they say, well, how do you feel about that?
So
it's about how you feel about how they feel about you. What do you say?
I active listen that. So you feel that you don't care for my teaching style. No, I don't care for your teaching style. What do you think about it? You don't care for my teaching style, and you're interested to know if I feel the same thing or how I feel about it. Yeah, how you feel about it? Then you say, well, I feel that I am doing a great job. I really, no, you're not. They cut in. No, you're not. So you're not buying it. You're not buying it. I think you are saying, how can I possibly feel that I'm a good teacher when this is happening in my classroom? Yeah, kids running all around. My child's not learning. Yeah. So I'm hearing you say that with the kids running around, that's kind of chaotic. And it's hard for your child to learn. Yeah, it's chaotic. I understand that. Yes. Watch my head, because I'm listening. Yes, I understand that. I understand your feeling. I understand. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. Then I'll go back. Yes, your child is having some challenges in my room. And you are thinking that maybe one of the reasons is because other kids moving around and it appears to be chaotic. Yes. May I share some research with you? I don't want to hear no research. You're not even interested in hearing the research. And the reason I wanted to ask you is because the research is on chaos. And you're feeling like the room is chaotic, and the research deals with the chaos. All right. What's the research? Research shows that there is such a thing as constructive chaos. See, it may look like chaos to the outside, but with me knowing the research, is yeah, it looks chaotic, but it's constructive. And the reason is because I have 3 learning stations in my room, and the kids can choose to go to any learning station they want whenever they want. And so there's constantly kids moving around. And to the outsider, it may look chaotic, but I guarantee you it's constructive chaos. It's constructive chaos. Well, I'm not working for my child. So you don't feel that your child can learn when other people are moving around. You would rather have your child stationary. Yeah. Then we'll go into problem solving after that. But that parent is not going to hear me. I guarantee you, they're not going to hear me until they felt like I've listened to them first. So I need to know if you understand what this means. The shifting gears. That's key. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to see who the participants are. I raised her. Oh, there you go. Okay, Darian.
Sorry about that. You heard, and I didn't know if it worked or not.
Okay, that's my first time using it too, so I'm still learning this. Okay, guys, this takes discipline. And it's hard, but you can do it. I guarantee you, if you use it, it's going to work. I also guarantee if you don't use it, it's not going to work. Whatever you're trying, it's not going to work. Because what you will probably resort to is the use of power. You know, usually there's someone. One side's going to fight for power, the other side's going to fight for power. And guys, when you have a power struggle, that's horrible. It's an I win and you lose. That's bad for a relationship. You win and I lose, I'm going to feel bad about myself now. And that's going to be bad for a relationship. You're going to have that power, or you're going to have a power of fight, flight, or submit. Okay, so be careful with the power situation. Understand how to use the 3-part I messages. One part is behavior, one part is feeling, the other part is tangible effects. Behavior, when you do such and such, I feel whatever it is, because that's a tangible effect. When that person hears you going into your 3-part I message, expect them to cut you off. Expect it. Be ready for it. I'm telling you, they're going to cut you off because they're not used to being talked to in this fashion. When you do such and such, I feel such and such. Wait a minute. There's no reason for you to feel like, what do you mean? Be ready and shift gears. Shift gears. Don't try to get the whole I message there before they say anything. You be ready for them to jump in. And when they do, you shift gears. You go back to active listening because they have a problem. Once they feel listened to, then you go back to the I message. Can y'all hear those dishes in the background? Okay. Carolyn says sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Be ready for them to jump in. They're going to. Be ready for it. And when they do, active listen. And when they feel listened to, then go back to your I message. Now keep in mind, you don't want to say, When you, I feel because, and then go back again. When you, I feel because. You want to mix it up. Say, I feel such and such because this does such and such to me when you do such and such. So the next time you do, first time you do ABC, second time you do BCA, the third time you do CAB. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but make sure you do mix it up. Mix it up so that it does not sound robotic. Mix it up with them. Okay. It is important that you get your needs met. It is equally important that the other person gets their needs met. You have to be just as concerned with the other person getting their needs met as you are with you getting your needs met. And the reason is, if you don't get your needs met, you're going to suppress your feelings. And I'm telling you this, guys, unexpressed feelings never die. It never dies. Just because you haven't said anything in 6 months, those feelings are still there. They're still there. Unexpressed feelings never dies. They are buried, and they're buried alive. They're still alive down there, and they're still acting. Unexpressed feelings never die. They are buried alive, and then they come forth in ugly ways. They come forth in ugly ways. So be careful. You've got to get your needs met. If you're having some unexpressed feelings, you've got to talk about it. You deserve to have your needs met. And so does the other person. If there are some unexpressed feelings, you need to talk about it in a very constructive way. And when I want to talk about something that concerns me, I always start off with this question or this statement. Honey, I need your help. I need your help. Or Mr. So-and-so, I need your help. Mrs. So-and-so, I need your help. Larry Jr., I need your help. And the reason I always ask for help is because human nature says that people want to feel needed. And they are flattered when you ask for their help. So you always want to start off, I need your help. What is it? There's been something bothering me, and I'm afraid that if I don't talk about it, it might hurt our relationship. Oh, what is it? When you did such and such the other day, I was so humiliated because I thought your friends, when you all started laughing, I thought your friends were laughing and kind of mocking me. I felt like I was the butt of the joke. Oh, toughen up. It was just kidding, just kidding. So you feel like since it was a joke, I should lighten up and not take it so seriously. Yeah, I mean, it's just a joke. We all laughing, partying, everything's okay. Yeah, I see. And listen, I did not say but, I said and. And I felt like being the butt of the joke dehumanized me. When everybody was laughing and pointing at me, I just didn't like that feeling. Oh man, quit being a punk. So again, you feel like I should toughen up. Yeah, it's a joke, Joke, joke. If you can't joke, then don't come around. I say, you feel like what you guys did was harmless, and if I am not able to participate in harmless fun, then maybe I shouldn't come around. I don't mean you shouldn't come around. I don't mean you shouldn't come around, but you know what I'm saying. You don't mean that I shouldn't come around, but I should be able to endure some harmless fun. Yeah, you can say stuff back. And I can even participate in the harmless fun by getting a comeback to say it back to you guys. Yeah, it's just a joke, Joke. Okay.
Hey, Dad, what I noticed was that you called it harmless fun. You didn't say what you considered to be harmless fun.
Say it again, Derek.
I noticed you said, so you think, I should be able to participate in harmless fun, but I don't believe it's harmless fun.
Right. Now, all I was doing is hearing them.
So if you would say, what would I say? So you don't, so you think I should be able to participate in what you think is harmless fun?
That's a you message.
Right.
I think you should participate in what you think is harmless fun. Now you didn't emphasize you just like I did, but I emphasized it so that you can hear what the other person might hear.
Okay.
Don't say what you think is harmless fun. Guys, we got the maids coming, so we might have a little. Hold on, Carolyn. Okay. I hope you guys can. Hope I can go on and you guys still hear what I want to give you today.
Must be nice.
Hey, you know what? It makes my wife happy.
Amen to that.
I ain't crazy. It's called you. I ain't crazy. But made me lose my train of thought. Hi, how are you? Doing great. Hi. Hey guys, I am giving a workshop, so you might hear me talking loudly. So hope that doesn't distract you guys. Oh. Okay. All right. But Marian, all I did was repeat what they said, how they are feeling, not what I feel they were feeling. Hey, Carolyn, we got dust like crazy. I don't know why. Yeah, I changed the filter, but I just want you guys to be prepared.
Be prepared for the dust.
Yeah, especially under the bed.
Okay.
I'll lift it there so you can see it. All right.
Some extra there.
All right, guys. Sorry. You want to be careful not to give these subtle you messages. Like, you think I shouldn't be affected by what you think is harmless. See, that's a subtle you message. It's better to say, so you want me, you think that I should not be upset by this harmless activity. This is harmless. This is you feel like this is a harmless activity. Yeah, I do. Don't say things like, well, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Anyway, just be careful how you are stating what you need to state. In order to be effective, guys, you must be skilled at being confrontable. People don't like confrontations. And really, all confrontations is two people disagreeing, two sides disagreeing. That's okay. It's okay to disagree. I want to know what's going on inside your vessel because that means that you see it differently. I want to know. Let me hear how you see it. And you can't be intimidated by this, but you must be skilled at being confrontable. And it's going to be difficult sometimes, especially, see, you can probably use these skills real easy with people that you don't have that close of a relationship with, like people at work or your neighbor across the street. But when it comes to somebody that you're close to, like your children or your family members, oh man, it's hard to use these skills. It's worth it, but it's hard. But I guarantee you, if you don't use these skills, you're going to be sorry. You know, one time I was having a confrontation with my wife, and I knew I wasn't using the skills. I knew it. It's almost like I couldn't help myself. I couldn't stop it. I had to go ahead and give in that dig. I had to get it in. And I knew it was wrong. And I knew in the end, I was damaging that relationship. I knew it. While I was doing it, I knew it. While I was doing it, I knew I wasn't following skills. So I had to go back to her and say, honey, I am so sorry. I mean, I was not listening to you. I knew I wasn't listening to you. I knew I wasn't listening to you. And I just couldn't help myself. Hold on. Go ahead, Kim.
It wasn't me. I didn't raise my hand.
Oh, okay. I saw a hand up.
That was earlier when I raised it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get to you then. Sorry.
I think you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Darian?
Yes.
Okay, I see you lowered your head. Okay. I'm still trying to understand this thing. Okay. So I had to go back and say, I'm sorry. I knew I wasn't listening to you, but I was so bent on getting my point across, I did not take what you had to say into consideration. And I'm sorry. Can we let me tell you what I think you're trying to say to me. Let me do that. And I want to see if I got it right. What you really were saying to me is blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. See, it's important for me to know that you feel listened to. And I'm sorry, I just was not disciplined enough yesterday. And I could not, for some reason, I knew I was not using the skills. And I'm so sorry. You are important to me. What you have to say is important to me. So I just want to make sure that you know that I know what's really going on with you. I am going to play a tape for you. And this woman is talking to this guy, like a counselor. And she has some problems. She has a problem, and that he wants to talk with her about. That she wants to talk with him about. I'm going to play it for you twice. The first time, the counselor, the man, is not using active listening. He's throwing in a lot of roadblocks. He's throwing in some you messages. I want you to listen to see if you can point it out. Now, I don't know how this audio is going to travel. So it might sound a little muffled, but do your best you can to hear it. Here it goes.
because there's some things I want to do which necessitate my traveling around. Every time I want to travel, I have to go this incredible thing about my children and who to leave them with and, you know, their anger.
So do you have a good babysitter?
Oh, no, well, yeah, an adequate babysitter, but it's not good as having a mother.
Is like an old person or a young person?
Well, it's an alternative. I don't think that's what that's going to do with my problem. I feel frustrated and I'm getting...
But I think if you feel like you get a really older one, they're more dependable. And you know, it's not like some of these younger ones. Some of the young ones are they're more tuned into what's happening.
I think I can figure that out. You know, I've been a mother for a long time. I think I can figure out what I need. What sort of babysitter to get for my kids. That's a problem.
Well, I don't know. I've talked to a lot of parents. You know, I've been a school psychologist, and this is a thing that they talk about a lot. And I've talked to a lot of them, and they always come to that. Well, not always, but a lot of times they come to that. The older ones are better.
I wish you'd hear what I'm saying to you, because I didn't really ask you advice on what sort of babysitter to get for my children. I think I'm asking you to try and accept me for wanting to go away from them.
Okay. No, I don't think it's really a good idea for mothers to leave their children. Well, that's what's happening to this country. And we have divorces all over the place, people running around, nobody's taking care of their children. That's what's really happening. I wish you'd think about that. Just think about what are the effects of your behavior running all over the place. Those poor kids with no one to take care of them.
I now wish the hell I'd never said this to you. Jesus. You're clobbering me for being divorced. You're clobbering me for leaving my kids.
Well, you know, I accept that nowadays that it is pretty common. And I can understand that. But, you know, even with that situation, maybe you should just, you know, I think it's really important to get somebody that takes care of your children that can model all the things that you believe in. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe you're kind of worried that the people that you get are not really like what you want.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not going to be a mom, then I'm going to get somebody. I'm very discouraged.
It seems to me like what you're really talking about is you're thinking back of your own childhood. You had your mother, and it's just like you see the same cycle coming back again, and you're.
My mother was home all the time. My mother was one of those super mothers, 9 children. She was home all the time. She played with us, worked with us, everything. I had one of those, too much mother childhood. She was got anything to do with this.
Well, I don't really understand that. Why you can say there could be too much mothering. I just think you ought to change your attitude about that. Well, you could go off and write book articles or something like that. Or maybe you could just put all your energy into a Planned Parenthood or something. I can see you're upset. I just want you to know that when I was a parent of young children and I had a profession, I understand it's really hard to try to figure out how to deal with it. I just want you to know that that's a difficult experience, but things worked out pretty well. And I think you can just be assured that you'll find a way to work it out and everything will work out pretty well.
I sure don't feel like that right now. Just because it worked out for you doesn't mean it's going to work out for me.
Well, so you just I guess, what are you trying to do? What is your problem?
I think I want to tell you exactly what I want to do. First, I feel very tearful. And the other thing is I want to get up and get out of here. I mean, I know that the world things are changing for other reasons.
Wow. What was listening to that like for you? What did you notice?
It seemed like instead of him listening, he was trying to give her resolutions to whatever her quote unquote problem was.
Exactly. And see, we have to honestly believe that people have the resources and the skills to solve their own problems. They don't want you telling them what to do, because when you tell them what to do, it makes them think that you think that they are dummies. We have to believe that they honestly have the skills to solve their own problem. Good job. What else did you notice?
So like she was about to start crying.
Why do you think that was?
She was frustrated.
Yes. Yes.
It was nothing she could say to be heard
Yes.
where she was combusting on the inside.
Exactly. And see, this was a role play. She was in class and she was role playing with a real problem. The teacher served as a counselor, and even when they were role playing, she was almost breaking down in tears. Yeah, very powerful. Anything else? Okay, now I'm going to play this again and listen to the guys use active listening.
So you're a little bit confused about how to fit in your interest in your lifestyle now with your responsibilities as a parent.
Yeah. So basically, I feel like it really is important for me to do what I want to do, because I know it makes me feel so good that everything in my home just seems to go so much better when I'm feeling really good. I know that's important, and I also realize it's important for me being a mommy, which though I am around.
So it feels good to take care about yourself.
Yeah.
But you don't want to neglect your children.
Right. Yeah. I want to be sure somehow. They're kind of young, and I find it difficult to, I don't want to go and have them with my therapist and say, hey, kids, is it all right with you? I'm afraid that if I do that, I'm going to, like put a trip on them and they're going to say, oh, of course, mommy. And they might not do that one. I feel like I need a skill to check some of this stuff out with them.
So they're pretty accepting if you ask them. So
Yeah.
it's like you're giving them too much to handle.
Yeah. So I feel it with my father. Not really theirs.
You'd like to get a solution different than you have right now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about putting too much on them.
Mm-hmm.
But without interfering with what you do really good about.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
But you just don't know what that solution is right now.
No, I'm not doing that. I have some clues that I could give them a chance to state their needs, and without bringing up a problem, to sort of have them sanitize what they want, and I could just listen to that and sort of get that information.
But instead of asking them permission,
Yeah.
find out what their needs are.
Yes. Right.
So they don't feel any obligation to
Right. Yeah.
accept it.
Mm-hmm. That's more basic for now. Yeah.
So that's just with you now putting any pressure on them to do with it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's one idea you thought about.
Mm-hmm. I think I need to take care of myself with somebody else too. It's like doing something like, get somebody else to actually listen to my fears about them rather than doing it with them. Because a lot of times with these fears are mine and have nothing to do with my children really. They simply behave like that I'm around enough. They don't behave strangely or anything. But I think I have feelings inside of me that maybe I'm not being enough of a mother, putting in enough time.
The second alternative would be to get your needs solved apart from having your kids have to hear it.
Yeah.
You're pretty comfortable with the behavior. It's not like they're messed up.
Yeah.
But you feel kind of like alone and like you just like to check out.
I'd like somebody to accept, just me. And, and whatever my standards are about, like if I had somebody else to say, hey, it's okay to be like that. I know it most of the time, but I don't know it all the time. So I'd like to get some reassurance.
Could you hear the difference? Yeah.
Yes.
Major.
He got a lot out of it.
Yeah. And he wasn't trying to solve her problem. He was just listening to her, make sure that he understood. And sometimes that's all people want. They just want somebody to hear them and listen to them. Sometimes they don't want you to solve it for them. I guarantee you that. But they want to feel listened to. We're not going to have as much time today to go into values conflicts as I want. And we'll probably conclude next week. That'll probably be our last Zoom organization, but we can still come together and talk anytime you want to. But let me talk quickly about values conflict. First, with the I messages. The best I message is a 3-part I message. The challenge you're going to have with 3-part I messages is that it takes time. Do not go into a confrontation without planning. You must plan first. Don't shoot from the hip when you have a conflict. You go to the bathroom, close the door, or you go wherever your private corner is and sit down and get these 3 points clearly in your head. You have to make sure you accurately describe their behavior. Make sure that you know what your feelings are. Your feelings cannot be anger, because anger is the tip of the iceberg. You go back and find that underlying feeling. Make sure you know what you're really feeling. And then number 3, make sure that you explain the tangible effect. How does it affect you tangibly? Make sure you have that down. Then you go into your meeting with the other person to confront. But you got to have your 3 parts down. Even if you had to write them down and look at your paper while you're talking to them, that's okay. That's okay. But you want to make sure that you have your 3 parts down. Now, there are times when you're not going to use the 3-part I message. There may be times when you just need a 1-part I message. I need everyone's attention, please. That's what you need. I need everyone's attention, please. Just 1 part. A lot of times you might have a, since we're using the teacher effectiveness training skills, I'm going to use teacher examples. Keep in mind, even though these are teacher examples, it works with any situation. But you can probably visualize a teacher going into the classroom saying, be quiet, shut up. See, those are you messages, and it's all about the kid. I mean, it's all about the teacher. A more effective way is, I need everyone's attention. Or I need silence. This is what I need. It's not what you need. Now, that's a 1-part I message. And sometimes 1-part I message is all you're going to have time for. You know, you're in the fire drill. Excuse us, guys. You have a fire drill. And Johnny's back there talking in the back of the line. Johnny, I need silence. And you walk on out. You don't have time to do a 3-part I message right then and there. You're in a fire drill. So sometimes a one-part iMessage is okay. If you notice that your one-part iMessage caused a problem for Johnny, then you bring Johnny in and talk to him about it later. Johnny, I noticed that when I asked you to be quiet during the fire drill, I noticed this look on your face, and I mean, you look kind of sad. I don't know, you might have been sad, but you have this look on your face, and I just want to check to see if you're okay. Are you okay? Billy started laughing at me. Oh, I embarrassed you when I said that. Yeah, he started laughing at me. Then he teased me on the playground. And then all the other kids started teasing me on the playground. Wow. That really caused a problem for you when I asked you to be quiet. That really caused a major problem for you. Yeah. You're not getting in to say, well, you shouldn't have been talking during the fire drill. Do you want to build a relationship or not? Johnny's going to be in your class all year. All year. Do you want a good relationship with Johnny or not? See? And I'm sure the answer is yes, because if you don't have a good relationship, it's going to cause problems for you. So all you do is listen to Johnny. You're not saying, well, I'm the teacher and you shouldn't have been talking anyway. You know what the rules are. Come on, give me a break. You use the skills so that you can build your relationships. Okay. So one-part iMessage is effective sometimes. Two-part iMessage is effective sometimes. And while you're giving these iMessages, you are going to not only hear with your ears, you're going to listen with your eyes and with your heart. I mean, you're going to listen with your whole body. Now, sometimes there may be times when you can't use a three iMessage. You can't use a three-way iMessage, because sometimes it's going to be hard to find out what a tangible effect. What are you going to say to the boy walking down the hallway with his pants sagging? When you walk down the hall, I feel him what? Because what? What is the tangible effect on you with this boy walking down the hallway with his pants sagging? There's no tangible effect. See, you have a values conflict, because your values said that you should wear your pants around your waist, but he's okay with his pants sagging below his butt. That is a values conflict. Now, keep in mind, people are more willing to change if they know how their behavior affects you tangibly. So if their behavior does not affect you tangibly, they may or may not change their behavior. They're going to think, well, so why you work? They're not bothering you. You know, you can't see my booty because my shorts, I have my shorts on. It's not bothering you. When you have a values conflict and you are not able to resolve it. Now, I'm going to end on this note, guys, and this is important. When you have a values conflict and you are not able to solve it, there are only two things you can do. Number one, you change. You change. That's hard, because your values say you should wear your pants around your waist. So you change and no longer allow this behavior to affect you. So when you see him walking down the hall, you're going to say, psst, go about your business. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is change your environment. By changing your environment, you can change your environment physically by moving away, or you can change your environment subtly by just turning your head. But you cannot let that give you a problem because it's a values conflict. I remember when Darian was living with me, man. Darian, I'm going to tell something on you. Praise the Lord, he's not like this now. But when he was staying with me, when he ate, he would always click his teeth with the fork or the spoon. And I couldn't stand that. I couldn't stand it. I would say, Darian, you're eating like a pig. Darian, you're clicking your fork or your spoon up on your teeth. I can't stand that. No matter how many times I told Darian that it bothered me, he might stop a little bit, but then he'll continue doing it. And I would say things like, Darian, what if you go out to eat with your girlfriend? Man, no girl's gonna want to be around you with you eating like that. Then I had to stop and think. Darian had all kinds of girls calling him. So having girls and girlfriends was not a problem for him. They didn't mind clicking the silverware on the teeth, apparently. That was just bothering me. Well, one day, we were sitting in the breakfast room area, eating. Darian clicked his teeth with his fork. I didn't say one word. I just picked up my plate, and I was going to go to another room. I probably got maybe 4 or 5 steps away from Darian. And Darian said, all right, Dad, all right, I'll stop. Now, Darian was not intentionally trying to upset me, but he did not change because he could not see how that was affecting me tangibly. Now, this is what he was going through in this vessel. He was not able to articulate this because he didn't have the skills. But somewhere in this vessel, he knew that him clicking his teeth with his fork did not affect me tangibly. So he couldn't change. But when I got up to move away, that he understood. Because I was going to change. See, I did not want to get used to it. So I was going to change my environment. And then he stopped. So,
Hey, Dad.
yeah.
While you took that break, let me interject in that. I can't straighten my teeth because it's getting vibrations in my body. But I didn't want to interrupt the story because it was sounding so good. But I do remember that what it was. I was slurp. I would slurp my food from the spoon.
Okay.
You didn't like the slurp.
Yeah.
Now I don't like slurp. I don't like people slurping now.
Oh man. And another,
Flirting.
Yeah, DB slurping out. So now I know I just need to just move away from it.
yeah, because he knows that you have really no legitimate right to change that because he's not bothering you, he's not bothering nobody. He just likes to slurp, So you really don't have a legitimate reason to change it, but it is something that it goes against your values. So either change your values and accept it, or, move away from the values, from those negative values. That's what you do. And that's going to be a hard thing to do because in the pit of your heart, you know you're right. But in the pit of their heart, they know they're right too. Because we are coming from 2 different vessels. 2 different vessels. And see, people don't see the world as it is. They see the world as they are. Okay. Next week, we're gonna do some role play, and we'll finish up the training. The rest of this is going to depend upon you practicing. When I send you reading materials, read it 2 or 3 times. Make sure you thoroughly understand it. Okay. And Father, we want to thank you for allowing us to come together this morning. Lord, you're so good. You've been so good to us, Father. Thank you for the honor and the privilege of having us all together as family, just sharing with each other, loving each other, and our desire to build relationships and maintain relationships. We just want to thank you, Lord, for all that you do and all you're doing for us and all that you will do for us, Father. We want to thank you in the master's name of Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
I have one question though. You know, when we're shifting gears,
Uh-huh.